Hello everyone and welcome back to the Spearhead cast. With me, Matt. We have a 1v1 for you all here on a 3v3 map. Forest, made specially for Spearhead and Vikinger according to the description. But yeah, it's a 3v3 map that they're gonna play a 1v1 one. Let's go through the players. Represent the Axis today. We have Combine Soldier 43 with Leichte Division for die Wehrmacht. Represent the United States today. We have Mist Moon with Armor Company straight out the gate. This should be interesting to see how they do on a big map like this. It's gonna have to be a lot of maneuvering. I definitely feel that Leichte might have the upper hand, because on a big map like this in a 1v1, getting a few half tracks out early can give them the mobility advantage and allow them to just completely outmaneuver the United States, I imagine. Unless the Americans really go for some kind of mechanized and motorized play, but I don't think we're gonna see that happen. Currently though, we are seeing Combined Soldiers starting with double Volksgrenadier. Not even getting the Baracken up, so they're gonna focus mostly on the basic Volksgrenadier units as they rush towards the northern fuel. You know, the Americans are gonna be able to secure the southern flank as well, using one rifleman on that flank. Okay, so they're trying to rush up there to the fuel point, but they'll soon realize the pioneers are present. Volksgrenadiers also setting up some sandbags near the center of the north. Gonna have a lot of movement on this map, I think. Yeah, I don't think the Realism can win that engagement now. The Pioneers got their sandbags up. Realism are gonna try and set up their own sandbags though. We're just gonna allow the American riflemen to set up afterwards. That might give them enough firepower to win, but the Volksgrenadiers are just moving up on the flank now. Gonna use this truck to the advantage. We also have a Kugelwagen coming out, which is certainly gonna give the Germans the advantage. And now the Americans in a crossfire. And they don't want to be in a crossfire like that. Now the Americans realize they have to focus on another flank. Do note, Volksgrenadiers are actually fairly accurate. So are Pioneers and the normal Grenadiers. Because the Kar-98 stats, I believe, are the same across the board for all three units. They're pretty good at long range and medium range just by using their rifles. The thing is that Volksgrenadiers are more equipped with their abilities and upgrades for close to medium range. That's kind of the big difference. But their basic standard equipment is basically the same as Pioneers and Grenadiers, so it really depends on how you upgrade them and their abilities. That's really what it's all about. Now, the Americans are securing the southern fuel here, and they also have more of the central points here. Kugelwagen is keeping an eye in the middle. I think the Americans realize there's a Kugelwagen there. They heard it, they heard the engine. Now we have triple Volksgrenadier now. I suppose when it's such a large map, and 1v1, you do need a lot of units to spread out and secure everything. Kugelwagen is heading up this road. Spots the American riflemen and suppresses them. That's gonna mean they can not really do anything, they have to pull back, really. One flash also coming out here from the Volksgrenadier. There might be that rifleman. Do have more riflemen coming up on the flank. Kugelwagen is trying to chase down the riflemen and gets them.
Damn Krauts just wasted some of our riflemen. A capture point is under attack.
Not looking good for this Volksgrenadier spot. The Kugelwagen is flanking. And there we go. It suppresses the American riflemen, forced them to run, and guns them down.
Just got a report of an infantry unit being wiped out.
Americans getting a Jeep in response. Probably a good choice considering what they're facing. The Jeep would certainly help. But the Americans so far definitely having a little bit of a hard time keeping up with Leichte command. And I did suspect Leichte would be very strong on a big map like this in a 1v1. Because the Kugelwagen and MT42 is just so versatile to have early compared to the MT34 version. But the Americans are getting double Jeep apparently. Double 30 caliber. Now do note the Volksgrenadiers don't actually have any AT equipment on base unless you actually upgrade with the Panzerfaust. The Grenadiers do arrive with an anti-tank rifle grenade. So the Jeep could actually be good here unless it's gonna get shot out. There we go, the suppressors. Now this Kulak note it has competition in the mobile firepower department. Germans do have a Pioneer back at the base. Looks like they're gonna prepare to take up or build a tier building. But double Jeep now for the United States. That's certainly very potent. Oh, the Germans lay a mine. Very cheeky. So the Germans are just gonna go for a cutoff. Jeep's gonna move to, Coolwagen's gonna move to intercept the Jeeps, I think. Moving into a position where he can do it. He probably doesn't know there's 2 Jeeps yet. 30 caliber is doing a lot of work here. And now the Coolwagen realizes there's 2 Jeeps. Coolwagen lost its gunner. Now the American Jeep has the advantage. Trying to chase down the German Kugelwagen. But Germans have teched up for tier 2, so you might see 2-2-1s. That will likely become 2-2-2s. Or the half-tracks. Volksgrenadiers does go down though. But double Jeep is certainly giving the Americans the mobility advantage now. Germans gonna try and secure some more points. They need to recapture this cutoff. Because they're not getting the fuel. Oh, we have a 261 arriving, so a German command car. Unique to Leichte. Instead of the Lieutenant, he arrives in an armored car. That could actually probably fight the 30 calibers without any issue, because the 30 caliber Jeeps I don't think can pierce the armor of the 261. At least not unless they use the armor piercing bullets here. But we'll have to find out. There's an MG42 on the top, so it's gonna have a higher rate of fire. Ooh, Tellermine, not Tellermine, M6 mine going up here for the United States. That's also gonna connect the fuel as well. Yeah, injuring the driver instantly. Now they're loading armor piercing bullets. Both of them are very nice. But will it be enough? Doesn't look like it. And the MG42 there and the 261 is just too much. There's the armor on it that's helping too. The Americans gonna have to work really hard to deal with this. But the Americans are getting munitions and fuel again. Another 2-2-1 coming onto the field, and we also have an open blitz. Let's see, the 2-2-1 is probably going to become a 2-2-2 very quickly. One just slowly creeping up here. Hey, we're going to see Radpanzer first, and then into the 2-2-2. Okay. Americans getting an AT gun. Oh yeah, the 261 can actually capture ground, by the way, because it's a command vehicle. Pretty useful ability for it to have. And that 261 is just going to be so much issues for the United States.
Anti-tank gun.
The rifleman has to be very cautious with all their movements. But the Kugelwagen is just waiting to pounce. I think the Americans get to safety somewhat. Oh, the Kugelwagen can still hit them.
Crowds are taking one of our points.
And now they're pinned. Now they're basically dead.
What the hell am I meant to do with these?
And all these vehicles are just gonna gun them down. Yeah, it's not looking good for the United States right now. There's still the mine there, which the Kugelwagen might hit. And that might actually make Combine Soldier think about being a little bit more cautious with their movements, because mines in the woods are definitely very potent. It looks like the armored cars are just chasing down these rear echelon. They know they're around. Because of a Puma coming out. The Germans are just going for a lot of light vehicles right now. I can secure the Senator at 57 now. I personally think the echelon should be laying mines now that they have the chance.
Yes?
You are pioneers now with minesweepers, so the Germans are being more cautious.
Steady up, fellas.
But the Americans are securing some ground too. They get more and more ground though. Because the Germans are getting a lot of light vehicles they can just overrun the front line with. So a 30 caliber arriving here for the United States. I think the United States needs to invest in light vehicles. That's, I believe, the only thing they can really do at the moment that will probably save them. Need the command points though. Ooh, another Minen, but only one guy died, so it's not too bad for the United States there.
We're losing a capture point.
There's lots of German light vehicles on the field here. Very quiet match, but a lot of maneuvering, so this is going to be a little bit different than what we're used to. It's interesting.
Squad for action.
A lot more hit and run and people being very cautious with their movements. And a very big map, in all honesty. Like, there's a lot of ground here to cover. We do have a half-track arriving with some Panzer Grenadiers now. That'll certainly give the Germans some more mobility advantage. These rear echelon are just stuck down here. I don't think they're gonna get out alive. We have an American half-track coming onto the field. Looks like it's gonna be the crowd mower. Will certainly be useful, but I think all these German vehicles will just overrun it. The Puma especially. Also the Opel Blitz keeping up here. Pioneers up here being spotted. Keep quickly sent around to deal with them. He got suppressed, and that's basically them done for. Oh, looks like the 261 got hit by the AT gun. Americans prepared a little bit of an ambush here. And the Pioneers are just stuck here. Americans are securing an orphan fuel finally. So far, the United States actually turning this around somewhat, despite everything. But the Germans now do have this half-track. But the Americans do have the AT gun ready, and they have a crowd mower. I don't think the half-track can deal with a crowd mower. That's quad 50 caliber machine guns. Any mines here? Don't see any mines. Pioneer's just being a distraction at this point, really. But there was a mine? Right under the point, I imagine. I certainly didn't see it. That's a Pioneer still dead.
Our supply line just got cut off.
Wait, I'm being flanked here by some actually Thompson-armed Volksgrenadiers. Crowd hits into it, but now the Puma and the 222 is going to go for the crowd mower. We also have the half-track flanking and the flank. That crowd mower has to be very cautious. Yeah, that didn't work.
They got wiped out.
The United States is certainly having issues dealing with all these light vehicles. Combine soldiers really showing us the power of Leichte in this kind of situation.
Waiting orders.
Like light vehicles against the United States is generally a good choice because the US tends to lack equipment dealing with light vehicles early on. We have a Stuart tank coming out though for the United States, which could potentially fight this. Because the Stuart has pretty good frontal armor. Oh, the rear echelon was still down here. Oh my god, they just meant to slip through everything. Wow, that is really nice. That's certainly gonna help the Americans just suddenly cause some issues for the Germans in their supply chain. This team is not gonna get away. Yep, that's their Jeep. Very awkward.
Light vehicle just got destroyed.
When a mine's being laid. Okay, the Americans are thinking ahead here.
A capture point is being overrun. Armor ready.
We now have the Stuart tank for the United States.
All right. Here's the thing.
Just need to get in a good position because that Puma could deal with it.
Rear echelon squad ready for action.
Ground 42.
Send over.
We also have the Americans still up here. Also laying more and more mines. 30 calibers hitting in on the Volksgrenadiers. Germans are actually kind of surrounded at the moment. Yeah, the German force is actually surrounded up here. Stuck behind the American lines. As they need to figure out how to get out of there. Or at least relocate in some fashion. They also try and lay some Regal mines. Half-track pushing up here, but it's being suppressed by the 30 caliber. Which prevents it from firing, and the armor-piercing bullets actually hurting it. Good moving up here. And the folks can just do a Panzerfaust though, but they're forced to pull back. Oh, and I just got a message on my phone. Very bad timing for me. Do some Panzer Grenadiers up there. Yeah, those Panzer Grenadiers I don't think can do much during that kind of situation they're in. They do manage to try and get a grenade there. It remains as a problem. Looks like the 30 caliber is still holding on here. The half-tank remains suppressed thanks to the carbine fire. The 2 is also only target vehicles. So that's why it's not targeting the machine gun. Now it is. That's gonna finish off the machine gun.
We lost a gun crew.
Panzer is in big trouble though. There we go, taking it out quickly. Puma's flanking, but a rear shot there on the Stuart. There's an 80 gun waiting though. The 2 is hitting the rear echelon up here. There's also a mine there, but he doesn't know that. It's very accurate on the move, as you can see. There we go, they killed the rear echelon though. It's gonna hit the mine. Yep, and it hits the mine! And the United States is actually doing stuff with these little mines everywhere. Working out somewhat. And the Germans actually have to reconsider their tactic and approach somewhat. Good, and definitely need some repairs though. Americans relying mostly on rear echelon at the moment. They are trying to take up, however. Getting an M20 behind it. Not getting riflemen first. Yeah, that makes sense. They need some more riflemen out there.
Armor here.
Because they have no riflemen at the moment. They've lost all of them. So currently, I think the Americans are actually getting more resources than the Germans, but it's not a big amount. Actually, there's a 100 manpower difference. Then again, the Germans have a lot of light vehicles, so they probably have a lot of upkeep manpowers. We also have a Panzer IV-G arriving here for the Wehrmacht, so that's certainly going to allow them to win the battle, I think, unless the Americans can take that out quickly somehow. I don't often see games like this. It's interesting. It's a little bit more of like a cat and mouse chase. Well, Americans are also building observation posts to try and get more of a manpower advantage. I believe it's actually a lot of manpower you get from the observation post here. Look. Yeah, that's from 3 up to 15. That's a pretty big difference. Would allow the Americans to get a lot more units onto the field to help. They are getting another 80 gun. Just relying on the 57, which is fine enough. They're not really dealing with heavy armor yet. Germans heading south to secure the southern points though. Hans Grenadiers leading the way with their Sturmgewehr. I think this is not a Sturmgewehr, this is the MKB-42, so... It's a machine carabiner, but it's virtually identical, that's my understanding. You'll airdrop in the base of the United States, because they're playing as armor, they can do that. Will certainly help them. Will give them a lot more fuel than the Germans do. Good tank is still around, but the Panzer IV-G has arrived. Postgren is trying to push him to kill the crew of that 80 gun. Succeeds. But Stuart tank is still around. I don't think the Volksgrenadiers can win that engagement. They are throwing a grenade though, which could allow them to win. Americans are relocating briefly. They hand some more sandbags. Puma's moving up on the flank here. It's going to try and flank the good tank. Panzer IV-G reaching the front line. Another 57 ready though. But it needs to focus on the Panzer IV-G while the Stuart must focus the Puma, I think. Ooh, I think the Stuart's going to succeed in flanking this Puma. It is! That Puma might actually be in trouble.
Just got a report of an infantry unit being
Oh, it's popping smoke. But the Stuart wins out that little smoke engagement.
We're losing a capture point.
Very tight fight here. The 57 has to quickly relocate. High explosives being armed here on the... Oh, that's actually... Yes, it's switching to armor piercing. Never mind. About the Ladung on the 80 gun. That's gonna kill the crew. A2 Sherman is gonna hit the front line soon, which can take the fight to some of these Germans. But the Americans are certainly having some issues making a comeback here. Despite everything, they're doing a pretty good job, so can't really complain there. Germans definitely have the upper hand now. But they're also scavenging with the truck. Well, that's some good play. That's using the Germans' abilities. Get some more supplies and denying the weapons teams for the United States. You see they're trying to scavenge the AT gun here. That'll give them some munitions to work with and deny it to the United States. Double Sherman for the United States though. 50 minutes, not a lot, but it's something. Double A2 Sherman, and Sherman is cheap if you're playing as armor, so they can get a fair few of them. Just need the manpower. But A2s and the Stuarts for support for scouting, pretty good combination. We have some more Eagle Mines being laid, which will certainly put a stop in the American armor movement. Eagle Mines are pretty potent. But they also stole one in the 57. Panzer IV G on the move. We also have a Panzer IV H coming up, which will certainly be able to counter the Shermans.
Upgrade completed. Armor here.
G on the move. Spotted by the Sherman. Sherman misses. He penetrates the Sherman. Alright, he has to be cautious though, because you cannot just switch to high explosives willy-nilly when there's tanks around. Willy-nilly, did I really just say that? We have more Volksgrenadiers on the flank here. German pushing up. Got a penetration there. Half-track's moving up too, which is not going to do much to Shermans. Panzer IV G has to pull back for repairs, I think. Another Sherman arriving as well soon. The Shermans are going to be able to overrun the Germans, I think. Stuart is also moving up here. Looks like the D is going to hunt it down, or attempt to. One Sherman down though, thanks to the stolen 57.
A medium tank was just
He's going to pop up to take a shot at the Stuart. Doesn't succeed though, by the looks of it. At least not yet. He's just backing off. Oh, but he gets taken out. One Sherman almost repaired. Americans are definitely on the back foot here. Just relying mostly on rear echelon now, probably for their repair services. Germans are sending a squad northwards though, they're laying some more mines, some more Regal mines, good to see. Remember, most German infantry can lay mines, because you're intended to use a lot of mines. German anti-tank tactics actually evolved a lot around mines, so... That's why most German infantry can do it. It's also very cheap for the Germans to use mines, to my understanding. Compared to all other factions. One Sherman's gonna move northwards here with some infantry support, but I think the Panzer IV H is up there. The Sherman's definitely gonna have a harder time doing. I like the commander. It's a little bit strong on a wide map like this in a 1v1, I think. As it's very hard early on to cover that much ground if you're not playing as a mechanized commander. We'll need to see if the Americans can turn it around, though, but it's going to be a very hard sell. That's with the G and H is arriving. Switching back to AP. That's it has to switch between its shells when there's a Sherman. The G can after all switch just to use high explosives or AP, which is unique to Leichte, which can actually give them a huge edge by just having a tank that can deal with infantry like that. We have an M20 coming out as well, not sure how useful that'll be, but I suppose we'll find out. Another Sherman showing up here. Another going out of the Volksgrenadier.
Panzer IV is ready for battle.
Americans are slowly getting closer. It's switching to AP again. German misses. Other German pushes up. Smoke pop. Looks like the Germans are regrouping for now. Certainly a little bit more of an intriguing match. As for H could move on the flank now though, which will certainly pull the Americans into a big issue. We also have a captain around here for the United States without his tank. M20 goes down on here.
Light vehicle just got destroyed.
Panzer gonna just manage to kill with a Panzerfaust, I think.
Capture point. Crew ready.
German is in trouble. Will soon get overrun by Panzer Force. Oh, Panzer Force tried to shoot through the ground there. Not hitting anything, but it thinks the German was there.
Yes? We don't care what you think.
This is a nice spot of land, and it is ours.
Americans are slowly going to try and secure the southern flank if they can.
Our opponents are seizing a sector. Armor here.
And his German's going to be in trouble because that's a lot of Panzer Force coming their way now. We also have some Panzer Grenadiers just waiting on the flank here. Going to spring an ambush. There are rear echelon around though and a rifleman squad.
Looks like we're getting into the exciting. Goddammit! Get your men covered. Ready, set. Ready, go ahead.
Not looking good. Oh, they do manage to get a rifle grenade there. Panzer died, but the rifleman died as well. Germans just pulling back from all this gunfire coming their way. Looks like the Germans are just trying to attack ground. Germans are certainly going to have a hard time. It's again sitting up. Yeah, the Germans cannot really pierce these things. Not at this long range anyway, and not the 75mm version. You can take out the 80 gun with their machine guns though. Sherman's armor somehow holding up. Oh, good shot on the H there. Sherman's are somehow beating him. But the American infantry's having trouble. Ah, they probably have the radio net ability, but then again the Germans would have that too, I think. G is now in big trouble. Misses. That's a huge issue.
Sherman ready to go.
You have more and more Shermans arriving. You also have another H arriving.
Tank support is here. Sherman ready.
Sherman needs repairs. It can actually get more health now.
Looks like we're getting into the excitement. Boys, you ready to roll out?
This is turning into a very different match than I expected. Lots of tank cat and mousing going on. I'm not against, it's very different. But the Americans just don't have anything but re-echelon. Oh, they're getting a recon team, but that's actually pretty smart.
Ready for orders.
Because that could give them the edge they need at spotting the German tanks. Give another half-track with Panzer Grenadiers on the flank here. Captain also moving around somewhat.
Panzer here.
And that did not go well for the Germans.
Inflicting losses upon us. Kampfwagen is ready.
Another G there. And these have to keep switching between their shells.
Sherman ready to go.
Panzer 4.
You have that other Panzer 4H arriving. So they do have enough Panzers now to fight the Germans. It really depends on the luck of the draw and who aims better. The Germans do get a lot of nice things, but yeah, as I noticed, the Germans also get the radio net buff, so they're definitely gonna... Oh, that's not good for that Sherman. That's a lone Sherman over there. Recon should probably be able to hold fire as well. Oh, good shot from one Sherman there, hitting the side of the H. Didn't penetrate the G. Be cautious. The Sherman is ready to move again. Another G moving up. And this is a very different match. The Sherman needs some repairs. Etigon has been recruited, which will certainly be to the Germans' advantage. They actually have a hidden Opel Blitz there to reinforce them. The Germans also hold both the munitions points. I think that's flare artillery going overhead.
Looks like we're
I think.
into the excitement.
Heard a shell. Eagle mines being laid as well. And that sounds like flare artillery. There you can see the flares landing overhead. We'll give the Germans an idea what's going on. Oh, that Sherman's not moving very wrong. Also, it looks like the G is not really hitting the Sherman. Oh, it was switching shells. Oh, it's switching to high explosives to deal with the re-echelon, but that's going to allow the Sherman to get close. You do have a German pack arriving as well with some Volksgrenadier. They're tightening the noose around the American position. Oh, good shot from the Sherman there. Another G pushing up.
We lost an infantry unit. They got wiped out.
Germans just be cautious.
Tank upgrade.
Pack is on the side here. I don't think the Sherman's gonna get out of there. Pack missed. Long range firefights going on here. There go packets to Sherman.
We just lost a medium tank.
H took a big shot there. Other Sherman pushing up. H might be in trouble. Smoke being popped. German infantry don't really have the ability to move up under this much fire. More Shermans arriving. Just Shermans being thrown into the grinder here of this forest. Pineapple grenade going out. Nice, it's just relying on the echelons for all this. Germans have all their armor set up in this area.
Tank support is here. Sherman ready.
Pack is also moving up here, but the captain can take shots at it with his tank crew.
Upgrade completed. Button her up. Big push coming.
But we have a free inch for the United States now. That'll certainly help. You can even see them thanks to the recon team. Look. Not exactly see them yet. One squad taken out here by the Panzer IV G with high explosives. Switching to AP shells again. H is moving up. Was inside of the 3-inch. Was actually not. The recon cannot see it.
Anti-tank gun. The enemy is overrunning one of our capture points.
Now it should be able to see it. No lock though. German infantry trying to push up. Stolen a machine, AT gun as well. He's pushing up. It sees the recon team. Trying to kill them. AT gun gets over penetration. That Sherman's not gonna get out of there, I think. Yeah, there it goes. Oh, good shot from the 3-inch though. Also, the Sherman down here on the flank, but it's being hit by the pack.
Armor ready.
Panzer is moving up here. Sherman is not going to be able to get away, I think. Oh, it will. It will. Captain also present.
Sherman ready to go.
One Panzer IV goes down thanks to the Sherman. Oh, high explosive on the AT gun. We have another 3-inch arriving.
We lost an anti-tank gun.
And just lots of weird firefights going on here. America's also securing the center with a rifleman squad while this is going on. They all just trying to attack ground through all the terrain side bloggers. One good shot there on the Sherman, has to pull back.
Squad ready for action. Crowds are sniffing around our asses. Tactical point.
Turret jam, that's actually really good for the United States because it's going to allow the Sherman to get away safely. But the Americans are suffering resource-wise. Not in manpower though. They're doing fine in manpower. It's just in fuel and munitions and everything else. The Germans certainly have the upper hand. More mines also being laid on the northern flank here by the Germans. Finding their flank while the firefight is going on.
Armor here.
Both sides are certainly playing very hard here.
New unit ready and on the field.
More AT guns arriving for the United States as well. Need to get these Shermans repaired. More 3 inches. Fortunately, the Americans are not full tech, I think. Yeah, so they're gonna get the 76 Sherman. Which is probably what, in all honesty, they need. It's just relying on A2s is not gonna save them enough, I think. Well, they have done a lot of damage to the Germans. They don't have an H and 1G left yet. But they are through it since free. Those are some pretty good tank crews. Attack now taking out the fuel cache here. Well, Americans are going for full tech up. They might be trying to see if they can go for a Sherman. Sherman 76 or an EC8. Because as armor, you do get the EC8s. And the EC8, I think, would just be a very good choice in this kind of engagement. But it's so costly. Especially with the Americans' resource situation. Shermans are deciding they want to fight somewhere else. I'm trying to push to the north. And there might be Regal mines strewn about. Yeah, several mines in this area.
Sherman ready to go.
Panzer IV driving up here. Range needs to be cautious.
Looks like we're getting into the excitement.
Shots have been fired.
Sherman taking fire.
Panzer IV's going for a big wide flank here. Gonna try and do an attack round shot. Hits the Sherman. Prince got a penetration though. Poke popped. Panzer IV also pushing up. Where's the other Sherman? Still being repaired. Oh my god, is that looking good here? High explosive loaded here. There's another 3-inch. German tanks have to pull back, half-track move pushing up. Or the Sherman could get moving to help. Yeah, this other Sherman could have moved into action and helped. Ooh, this is looking really bad. Doesn't even hit the half-track. Other Sherman needs repairs quick. Stolen AT gun is moving up as well.
Ready. Go ahead. The enemy is overrunning one of our capture points.
Troops are good to go.
Well, United States riflemen being called into the field now. I'm not sure how long the Germans can hold on. But they're certainly trying. Americans still have the only truly operational tank right now. Germans are repairing their tanks rapidly though, thanks to the open blitz. And some pioneers. The Americans will soon be the next tag up. They just need to get enough fuel to get an EC8. And that's gonna be the hard part. They do have a major in the field though. Something about forward retreat point. Gonna be also calling here in the way. Certainly a very intriguing method. That ship just moved fast for some reason. Just zoomed around.
Ready for action.
Posting is trying to get close with the Panzerfaust, but decide against it. Yeah, one guy got blown apart by the 50 caliber machine gun.
Authorized to request more powerful units.
Armor here.
We have another half-track coming out. What kind of half-track? It's another crowd mower, okay. Deal with all the infantry and the AT guns if they can get on a flank. Both Panzer forces ready to serve again, though. I think I'm getting close here, but the Germans do have Thompsons.
Send your orders.
More Americans heading to the northern flank. There's a lack of things to stop them, and I don't see any mines. Well, Germans have been laying mines around, though. Clearing mines as well. Find any.
Armor ready.
Yeah, these roads here, for some reason the tanks just zoom ahead here. Went to Panzerfaust, but they are out of range. I think one of the folks grenadiers there. Germans do have the 50 caliber on top, which will certainly help it a lot when dealing with infantry. Americans are securing a munitions point now, which will certainly help them. Range guns also covering some sites. Good shot there. High explosive though kills the entire team. But it is going to delay the Germans a lot. Half-track goes down. This is very intriguing match. Oh, good shot from the Sherman. That's gonna force that Panzer to pull back. Yeah, the 50 caliber machine gun and the dual 30 calibers are doing a lot of work. You also now have the crowd mower on the field. This is actually a veteran free Sherman. Very potent Sherman. And yeah, I don't know why, but this map they just slide around. It's very awkward, but it looks like it's working for the Americans somehow, so who's to say what?
I got orders, boys.
Yeah, we do see a Sherman 76, but I personally think if you're playing as armor, you could just have saved up for the EC8 soon, because you almost have it. And I think the EC8 is just so much superior than the 76. 76 is cheaper, 30 fuel cheaper. But I think at this point, if you actually are doing this well... Oh no, we're seeing a command panther coming onto the field. I still think an EC8 would be a good choice there, but... hard to say. Because command panther can certainly turn this battle in the Germans' favor totally. Command panther is a very potent weapon. Oh, A2 got a big shot down itself. Forcing it back for repairs. We got crowd more already on the northern flank. Oh, there was a mine. And mines can just turn this battle around so quickly, as you can tell. What we do with the first Sherman 76. This will certainly be a lot better of a Sherman than the A2 variant. The Germans know where all the Americans are thanks to the flare artillery, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, you can see it here. They know there's a crowd mower nearby. Probably why the half-track is not moving in. Americans are getting some terrain now, so the battlefield is still somewhat even. Panzer force ready to move again. More scouting going on, very good for the Germans. 76 Sherman on the field here. Burning tree just slowly burning down. Creation spotted by the half-track up here. Panzer is making a move. or fuel airdrop in the United States base. Which I think will actually mean they can actually afford a EC8 fuel-wise. Don't have the manpower yet, though. Yeah, a big push here from the Germans. They're going for the American base, or at least the point just outside the base.
We're losing a capture point.
No, I think they're going for the United States base.
Enemies are swarming one of our emplacements.
Or at least they're flanking the American position. Oh shit, they're going for a close to pocket. They're going for a close to pocket, I think. So they need to cut off this point here. 50 caliber, just take out the. They got that. There will be an A2 nearby. I think the Germans have decided they might not be able to do that. Yeah, they're not going to be able to pull off a close to pocket, but I get what they were going for. Oh, A2 taken out. The Germans could still do it.
We just lost a medium tank.
I think they might actually be able to do it. H got taken out though.
Send your orders.
And close to pocket is about to happen. If they can just cut it off here. And now the Germans need to decap it. I don't think the American realize what's about to happen. And here it happens. Here it happens. Now the Americans are dead.
A capture point is under attack.
Everything's just gonna die. There's lots of artillery hitting around.
We lost an infantry unit.
Basically everything the Americans have in cut off territory is just gonna get bombed to hell. It looks like the Americans survived somewhat, but they lost a lot. The Americans actually did manage to regain the supply, so it wasn't as powerful. Command Panther's on the hunt though. Very cheeky move there, double 776. You can also go for a EC8, I think, actually. They could afford an EC8. Ooh, Panther missed a shot there. Americans killed off another squad in the center. Command Panther does have to be cautious, doesn't get surrounded. Germans actually expended a lot of their Panzer force to do this attempt, so. Oh, this is that Panzer. This is that Sherman, I think. Oh, we got an engine burn. German gets taken out though. 80 gun doesn't penetrate. Or Sherman 76, but I do think EC8s would be a better choice right now, but it's too late to talk about that, I think. But the Americans have fought bravely despite this entire situation they've been in. Problem, no one opening up. The rifleman just pushes up. Man-Panther still in the move. You have to use basically all their munitions on the close to pocket, I think. But I think the Germans still have the upper hand.
The sector has been cut off.
The Germans are just being overrun here, but oh, good shot though. That Command Panther has to pull back.
We need orders.
We have another Panzer IV G arriving. And that's a stock half track, so it's basically dead.
Light vehicle just got destroyed. A capture point is being overrun.
Yeah, more fuel being added into the United States base. They could get EC8s, as I said.
Supply line just got cut off.
But will they, is the question. I think at this point the Germans are just waiting to be able to run into the American base and destroy it. The G's arriving here.
Our opponents are seizing a sector.
Americans fought bravely. And I think that close to pocket did a lot of hurt actually to the Germans. And yeah, Miss Moon calls the GG at this point. Yeah, it's very hard to fight against like the on a 1v1 map, in a 1v1 on such a wide map, I'd say. I really think that really was just overall to the light disadvantage because the Americans didn't have any other players to cover their flanks. So light just always had the advantage early game because of all those light vehicles, I feel. So not the best situation for Mist Moon to be in for sure. I do think a smaller map would have probably been a better choice. There's a lot of good cat and mouse, but looks like the match is over. I hope you all enjoyed this cat and mouse in the forest. Bye bye!